These smell like plasticky fruit and I kind of like it. Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and I would say overall I've been liking kind of like frosty makeup. Like I have a frosty lip favorite, and that's a little different. I don't do frost kind of lipsticks very often, but I really like this one. I like it full on, and then I'll show you blotted later on, but it'll probably kind of fade as I'm filming, so you can kind of see it that way anyway. Anyway, I've got some good things to share with you. I really like my cheek combo. Good things. So, if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore reviews, empties, get ready with me's. Just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we are chatting about Friday favorites, so let's get to it. Okay, so for eyes, starting with eyes, let me get organized here. This palette from Revolution, this is Makeup Revolution. This is the Reloaded Iconic 3 palette. This is really beautiful. If you like cool tones, if you like kind of pinky, berry, blushy sort of shades, I think you will really like this palette. I don't tend to grab for these kind of colors very often, especially like a gray. I don't know why, but I just feel like every time I put a gray on my eyes, I don't like the end look unless I'm like putting it with other things. But just a gray, I don't know. Anyway, that's a tangent. But this row and this row I have been reaching for a lot. And I did use, what did I use? I used a little bit of this one over my pencil liner, just barely, just to kind of like soften the line a little bit. So I do have a little bit of that on. But it's kind of more of a like chocolatey brown. Anyway, I'm babbling. So I have been loving these two together all over my lid and up into my crease. And this is a shimmer. I've said this before, like, don't be afraid to softly apply and kind of buff a shimmer up into your crease because it's really pretty. And if you're kind of scared to do it, go with one that's a little bit more of a satin, like a softer sheen to it, and mix it with a little bit of a matte, because then, you know, you're not as committed to like a full-on shimmer. It'll be like softer that way. But these are really pretty together, and I love them all over the lid and into the crease. It just kind of ends up being this like cool toned, pinky, soft glow sort of a look. I love it. So beautiful. So yeah, I've been loving those all over the lid and softly, and I literally kind of do this as I'm applying it. I go like this and then just softly kind of do this. And I'm like lightly putting pressure. I'm not really like pressing with my brush. I'm just lightly kind of buffing it on. That's really, I think, like a good tip for makeup application in general. Like if you find a blush is too intense or an eyeshadow is too intense, just lift up on your brush, use less pressure, and kind of do this like buffing motion. Like blushes, I find I can get a much better blend with a blush if it's kind of having blending challenges. Doing the buffing motion seems to help. So that's another little side tangent. There you go. And then I also have this on my lid layered over something else. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. This right here, this kind of color, a very light icy pink, is one of my very favorites, if not probably my very favorite shade to put on my lids. Like the inner half. I just love that light-catching brightness, but more on the pinky side. I still love a, you know, a lighter gold kind of a color or something like that, but a light, icy champagne pink, love, probably my very favorite, and then I would say followed by like a light champagne peachy shade would be my second favorite. But it is so good, so blendable. I'll show you some quick swatches of others if you like a kind of like icier gold. I mean, this is almost a white. I mean, it's really kind of pretty much a white. But in the pan, I feel like you can see it has a little bit more of a, like a golden, just a hint of yellow in there. So I think, you know, that would probably come out on the eyes a little bit more. Look how pretty. There's a swatch of that one. I mean, these are blendable, pigmented. That one, oh my goodness. so good. This is very affordable. I'm just really impressed with the formula. I love this color story, but especially this one, this one, this one, and just kind of looking like this and this. Those are definitely shades I would wear because, I mean, I just swatched it for you. But because they're like that coppery sort of color, but this one has a little hint of like a pinkiness to it. I can especially see it in the pan. Yeah, like it's got like a, oh, I'm thinking of this one. I'm thinking of this one right here. But yeah, this one's like a pink. But that one, well, yeah, that one has a little bit of like a pinky bronze. This one is definitely more pink. You can even see it in the pan. Much more pink. Anyway, they're all beautiful. They're blendable. They're a great formula. Affordable. I love it. Okay, the other thing I have on my eyes that I layered this over the top of, I love these Essence Luminous Eye Tints Liquid Shadows. I think these are really beautiful. Really good. This one is, what is this? This is the shade Dazzling Rose 01. No surprise that the rosy shade would be my favorite. So pretty. There it is full on. So metallic and light catching. So I just used it with a brush. I just got it on like a pencil brush and kind of tapped it on. A little bit goes a long way with it. I mean, you just get a little bit and then, I mean, it's you know, it's intense. But if you like that metallic light catching, there's just something about this kind of a something on the lids. It just really catches the light. I think brings so much attention to the eyes. That's just so beautiful. So yeah, I'm liking that kind of like glowy into the crease. A little bit different with that, and then glowy on the lid. I'm just loving all the glowy, kind of like frosted-ish sort of stuff. So beautiful. Let's talk about a highlighter I've been loving before blush, because I have been using this before blush and I like it better before blush. This I got off of Amazon. I heard somebody talk about it on TikTok. This is Glint. This is what the box looks like. Glint. I will try to find it and link it for you. Liquid Gel Highlighter. And this is the shade 01 Dewy Moon. This is beautiful. It smells good. I don't know if it's supposed to. It's very kind of subtle. I don't know if it's just the ingredients and I'm just weird, but I kind of like how it smells. I don't know even how to describe the scent of it, but that's a side note. So I have been loving putting this on the cheekbones, buffing it with, I don't have the brush in here, but kind of like a fluffier, bigger version of this, almost like a highlighter brush. Hello, I apply highlighter with a highlighter brush, but it's it's bigger than this. This is like an eyeshadow brush. This is a BK Beauty A503 brush, but just kind of buffing it on the cheeks. So powdering my face, then using this, and it is so beautiful. Now this is more on the gold peachy champagne side. It's definitely more on the golden than pinky peach. I would love it even more, I think, if it were more on the pinky side, but I still do love it. So I apply, I go ahead and set my face, apply it to my cheekbones and kind of bring it over and like just kind of buff it all over, put it on the end of my nose even, get it all kind of buffed on, and then lightly go over it with my powder brush. Just kind of, not this one, but I do love this one, the BK Beauty 103. I have all my BK Beauty brushes in front of me. That's why I keep picking those up. But yeah, just kind of lightly buff over the top of it, just with what was left over of my face powder to kind of make it not tacky. I wanted to take down the tackiness to it because then I followed it with my blush and I didn't want my blush to really stick. But I wanted to apply this under blush so that it wouldn't take away from the blush. It would just be under it, if that makes sense. But it is gorgeous. A really beautiful, almost like wet look on the skin. Ooh, it's so pretty. Love this so much. Just gorgeous. Okay, and then blush favorite that this is how I would apply it. So this is Milani Baked Powder Blush in Dolce Pink. Dolce Pink? Dulce. I think it's Dulce Pink. This is so pretty. Again, it's glowy. It is glowy. I'm loving all the glowy. So I would get this on my brush, a pretty good amount, and then kind of pat it to get it off, you know, well, just to like take off some of like the main, to soften it on the brush, to kind of distribute it on the brush, take off a little bit. Then I would do the buffing motion, kind of bring it up on the sides of my temples, even kind of bring it over here on my eyes just to kind of soften so there's not like a line like this, like a little curve. But buffing it on, I've been loving that application. Here it is, like a glowy peachy pink. It's got quite a bit of peach to it. Yeah, just so pretty. I was just kind of doing all the different things and really liking it. So there's that. It's beautiful, it's affordable. These have been around a long time and they are very popular for a good reason because they're just good blushes. Okay, and then last up for lips, this is very kind of random. I don't wear frosty lipsticks all that often, but I really like this. And I like it full on, like I have it right now, and then I'm going to blot it and let you see it blotted. So this is Rimmel Heather Shimmer 066. This has been around a long time. I think these smell good. They're kind of like a little bit fruity, a little bit plasticky, but I still like the scent of it. It's probably one of those I'm just used to it, sort of like the way that Maybelline lipsticks smell. I was talking to my cousin and I was texting her about Maybelline lipsticks and I kind of forget. I'm so used to the scent of Maybelline lipsticks and now I like the scent of them because I've used them for so long and they've been some of my favorites for so long that I forget when I go to say about Maybelline lipsticks, I was like, oh, by the way, they kind of smell like Play-Doh. Just so you know, I kind of forget about that. So those smell like Play-Doh. These smell like plasticky fruit. And I kind of like it. But anyway, these, I don't even know what these lipsticks are called, but they're the Rimmel something lipsticks. And this is in 066 Heather Shimmer. Look how pretty. It is a frosty, like rosy shade. It's got some warmth to it. Really pretty. I feel like it's just something a little different. Something a little different that I don't wear very often, but I really, really like it. Nice, creamy, comfortable formula to it, but then you can change the look of it. I saw a girl do this on TikTok and I was like, wow, and I think she talked about this shade. That's probably what reminded me about it. But she was blotting these different frost lipsticks because it kind of takes down some of the depth to the color, but leaves a little bit more of the frost. And it kind of gives you a different sort of color, just slightly changes it. And I think that's so fun. I've never realized that about like frosted lipsticks. I was gonna say shimmery, but no, frosty lipsticks, that you can kind of change them in that way, which I think is so fun. Y'all know I love fun makeup. I love playing with it. So that's just neat. So yeah, this is, I've been loving that. Okay, so those are all my favorites. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you have been loving or maybe not so much loving. Let me know what you've been up to recently. I would love to hear that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.